Good to see you. Kate Story here with Book More Brides. And today I wanted to talk with you about how to make sure that your ideal couples really know what it is that they are buying from you. Making sure that we are getting really clear on going beyond just the basics of, yeah, beautiful photography, a gorgeous venue, great music, all those kinds of things. Because the buying decision is an emotional one. So it is super important that we help our clients to know exactly what it is that they're going to get when they buy from us, but also make sure that we are saying things in such a way that they understand that we know what they really want, okay? And this all came from a really great image that I saw, a really great post that I saw shared today that said, you can do everything right, you can do everything else right. But if your customers are not crystal clear on how your product will make their life better, replace product with service, they're not going to do business with you. Okay. That is the main point of it. If we are not super clear on what they are going to get by hiring us, by choosing us as their wedding pro, they're not going to buy with us. They're not going to book with us because they're not sure that we can truly deliver on what it is that they really want. Okay, so let's talk about this for just a minute. Like I said, when we think about what it is that our couples want, and this is going to be different for each of us, for your business based on your market, based on the type of business you have, based on the way that you deliver it, based on your personality even. There's all these factors that make your business unique, that make you unique as the wedding pro for these couples, okay? And we have to think about how are all of these things working together to give them the wedding experience that they're really looking for, okay? And it's really not super complicated, but it does involve a little bit of work and really thinking about what it is that our couples truly want from us. Okay, so let's think about this for a minute. If you take the example of, let's say, a DJ, okay? If you are a DJ and you think, oh yeah, of course they want great music. Of course they do. And I hope that as a good DJ, you are going to provide that for them. You are going to give them, wonderful music, that you're going to be professional, that you're going to make sure that they, have what they need from an entertainment perspective, an MC perspective, okay? Making sure that you are kind of leading things at the reception, making sure that everything is happening at the right time, right? Those are some of the basics. But this is where we have to go a little bit deeper. We have to think about what is it that they are really buying from you? Because basically any DJ can fulfill that, right? But they're not going to get the great experience that they're looking for and the way that you can offer it, okay? And they need to understand that any DJ can provide, a great music, heck, even one of their friends or someone from the bridal party can set up a speaker and do things like that, right? I mean, that's something that couples do sometimes, right? Especially if they're on a budget. So they need to understand why you are so valuable and why the service that you provide is so much more than just playing good music, okay? So this is where you have to ask yourself, first, one of the very practical ways that you can go into this is by looking at some of your past reviews or some of the past things that your other clients have said about you, that your other couples have said. What is it that they really liked about working with you? And it's got to be more than just your winning personality, right? Or just music that kept everybody going all night. Because again, those are some very basic things that pretty much any DJ could provide. What is it that you do differently? What is it that you offer that made the difference for your couples, that really made them feel like they had everything that they wanted out of their wedding because you were part of it, okay? And if you're not exactly sure what that is, then I suggest going back and asking some of your past couples that you've worked with and ask them, say, hey, what was it? I'm just trying to get a little bit better insight into, how my couples think and everything like that. What was it that you really loved about working with me? how did you know that I was the right wedding pro for you? What is it that in our conversations, or that you saw on my website, or what was it that made you feel confident that I was the right person for you? Okay. Those are some very practical ways to do that. But there does have to be a little bit of, kind of vision, or I'm sorry, mind work that you have to do on your own. Okay. And you have to start thinking about, okay, what is it that your couples really want out of a great DJ? Well, again, this is where this is going to vary depending on your market and what you offer and things like that, and the types of couples that you like to work with. Because if you are a very high end DJ, someone who is working with couples where it's like sparing no expense, they're really getting the best of the best, this is a very high run affair. That's going to be their desires and goals are going to be different than a couple who is a little bit more on a budget, or maybe is looking for a different type of experience. Because you have to think about the high end couples, is this something where they're looking to create a specific atmosphere because they have a little bit of a reputation to uphold? Or do they have a certain standing in the community and they need to have a certain atmosphere that's set up and is consistent throughout the night? Okay. That's going to be very different than a DJ who is providing an opportunity to bring together generations, or someone who it's like they want this to be a nonstop party, that they want all of the most recent music, that they want things that are going to be, it's just going to be like like they're at a club, right? Making sure that it's something that they are feeling like they have a different kind of an atmosphere. Is this a refined atmosphere, or is this a party atmosphere? Is this an area where they're looking to impress people, or is it something where they're looking to kind of bring people together? And neither of those are wrong. Okay. So I do want to say that, because I do think a lot of people tend to think, high end equals snobby, and, budget, or, kind of people that may not do the whole spare no expense thing, that those are, penny pinching and cheap couples, difficult to work with. Okay. Neither of those are wrong. Neither of them are great. It all depends on who you like to serve and how you are able to serve them. Okay. But this is why we have to get clear on what it is they are really buying from you. What is the experience that they are truly looking to create with your service? And how are you able to uniquely provide that? How are you able to create this one of a kind day in their life based on how they're envisioning it? Okay. And this is so important that we think about it from their perspective. Okay. What is it that they are looking to create? Not what we want for them, or not how we do it. Okay. When you think about how you do things and what makes you different and sets you apart, it always has to be combined and married with what it is, making sure that that is reflected in what the couple wants. Okay. So just because we may want to serve, high end couples, and, having, a big payday from some, couples who are looking to spend more and everything like that. Well, we have to think about why is that going to make a difference for these couples? Okay. What are they going to get out of it? We always have to take it from their perspective. We have to think about what it is that they want, and how are we able to uniquely provide that based on what we do or what we enjoy doing. Okay. It always has to be a connection and a marriage in that way. So this is something that I really encourage you guys to think about this week, is to think about, what is it that your couples truly want from your service? Because it's so much deeper than just the basics, okay? It's deeper than beautiful photography. We have to understand what that beautiful photography means for them. Does it mean that they're going to have these incredible art prints on their wall, or does it mean that it's going to capture these hidden moments that they didn't even realize were happening, and later on they see the picture and go, "Oh my gosh, I didn't even know you captured that." What is it that they are truly buying from you? Because remember, the buying decision is an emotional one, and we have to make sure that we are providing that emotional need, that we have a good answer for that, and we are making sure that we are giving them the experience that they truly want, and helping them to understand that clearly, helping them to know that we get them, that we understand what it is that they want, that we understand the experience that they're looking to create, and that we can clearly say, yes, absolutely, I can do that for you. Here's how. Okay. Because once we can get clear on this, once we can help our couples to understand that we know them, that we are reflecting this back in our language, in the images that we use on our website, in our sales conversations, in our social media posts, once we are clearly reflecting that outward to them, that's going to give them the confidence to feel like, okay, they get me. Let's have a conversation. Okay. So that is my challenge for you for this week, is to really think about beyond the basics of what it is that they're buying from you, but what it is, what's the experience that they are truly looking to create, and how you can uniquely answer that. And furthermore, how you are able to reflect that in your marketing materials, okay? Your website, your emails, your social posts, everything that you do, okay? So that is my challenge for you this week. And I do want to remind you guys that we are running right now on the Book More Brides podcast, the Restart Your Wedding Business in 2021. It is a 3-part series that we are publishing and sharing, so that way it gives you kind of a nice little boost, a nice little jump start into your business to get some of these super important basics under your belt, making sure that you have got your business in tip-top shape from a marketing perspective, so that you can go out there and make sure these couples know that you are here, you are ready to serve them. Because I want to remind you guys, all of the news articles, everything that you are seeing, there is a huge wedding boom happening right now. Your couples need you, and they need to know who you are, what you do, and how you can help them. Okay, so that is what we're talking about in the Restart Your Wedding Business in 2021 series on the Book More Brides podcast. Go give it, go check it out on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify. You can find it and listen to it, and get some really solid, helpful information to get your business in a good spot for this coming year, making sure that you're able to book these couples. Okay, so thank you guys so much for joining us today, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.